And here's Stella. Stella's in Boo's room. She's watching me. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. It is 7:29 p.m. and the cats are eating their dinner. And look at this. Look at Boo and Stella. They're like sitting right next to each other. Like they're literally sitting next to each other and they're like touching each other. And they're eating their food. I forgot to defrost raw food for their dinner, so they're each getting one of the Primal Raw freeze-dried duck nuggets. And they're actually getting some crunchies on it also. And Simba just ate his, and Splash is eating his downstairs. And they all just had a syringe of medicine. So when Boo went to the vet yesterday, he pooped in the carrier on the way there, and the vet ended up using the poop as a stool sample. And they called me today because they found some roundworm eggs in his stool. And I'm very happy that's all that they found, considering, you know, he was living outside and everything, and he could have had, like, God knows how many parasites, but they just found roundworm. Now, I had actually seen roundworm in his vomit a few months ago. Like, I remember I saw that. I don't know if you remember, but I did see that worm in his vomit. And he was on anti-parasite herbs for about 3 weeks. The thing with the herbs is that it's a few weeks of treatment, and then a month later you have to do another few weeks of treatment. And sometimes they don't get 100% of everything. And sometimes you'll have to then do it again. It's the same thing with like anti-worm medicine that a vet might give you. Sometimes it works, and then sometimes you might have to like repeat dosages. So because they found some roundworm eggs in his stool, they wanted me to get some medicine for him. And when I did, I explained that he shares food in litter boxes with the other cats. So then they gave me medicine for all the cats. And I believe it's StrongId. I have to look up what it is, but basically they gave me 8 syringes. They each got a syringe today, and in 3 weeks they're going to get another syringe, and then 3 weeks after that, which is 6 weeks from today, I have to bring another stool sample back from Boo, and then they're going to retest it, and they're going to find out if this worked or if they need to undergo another round of medication. So it'll be interesting. It was the first time that I administered medicine to these guys using a syringe, and it was actually pretty easy. All I needed to do was scruff them behind the neck, and once I did that, they were not able to put up much of a fight, and I actually thought that they would be spitting out more medicine than they did. They pretty much just ate it all as I syringed it into their mouth. Splash was the biggest problem. He was downstairs, and I shut him downstairs, just me and him, and I did have to kind of try to corner him. I ended up cornering him on the staircase, but then I was able to get him scruffed, and I would say I got about 90% of the medication in his mouth. I guess all of a sudden I loosened up my hold on the back of his neck, and he just bolted, and there's only a little bit of medicine left in that syringe, so I'm hoping that was good enough. I'm just really happy to get any of it in Splash's mouth, knowing how freaked out by everything that he is. So, yeah, it was definitely an eventful day here today. And the cats just had their dinner. I'm not giving them any more. Normally that's like half their meal, but I just want to see how that medicine settles in their stomachs. Hopefully there won't be vomiting. And yeah, we will see what happens. So these are the empty syringes, and on the right, this one on the right, you can see that there's just a little bit of medicine still left in the top. And I don't know, maybe if I could grab Splash sometime tonight, I'll put that little bit in his mouth, but I'm hoping that little bit's not going to make much of a difference. It is 8:49 a.m. Boo's playing with this bird. Lately, I have been leaving this bird out. I have not been putting it on, but I've just been leaving it out. And Boo likes to sit here in the scratch and roll and play with it. And he's been pretty good about it. Good morning, Splash. Splash has been laying by this window. I guess he looks out. I mean, there is a curtain on this window, and I should open the curtain for him. But I guess he looks out through the curtain. It is pretty sheer. Good morning, Simba. How are you? Boo slept on the bed most of the night, and then he moved to the cat tower in my room. Good morning, Stella. How are you, Stella? Stella loves laying on these paper bags. So last night, after I gave the cats their deworming medicine, which is a StrongId suspension, it is a liquid in a syringe. They each got 1 syringe of liquid. After I gave it to them, then I started doing some research on what exactly it was. And the main ingredient is Pyrantel Pamoate, and I know I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so I apologize. But as I started researching that ingredient, I found out that it's also given to dogs and horses and all kinds of animals to deworm them. It's also given to humans and to children. And it is sold over the counter, and this is one of the ways that it is sold. Reese's pinworm medicine. It is also given to people to treat pinworms. So it treats roundworms and it treats pinworms. It might treat 1 or 2 other kinds of worms also. I know it does not treat tapeworms. That's a different chemical for that. But anyway, the way that it works is it is not absorbed readily by the intestines, but it is effective on worms. So it actually paralyzes the worms and makes their muscles contract. And when they're paralyzed, then they easily pass through the digestive system and they are eliminated from the body that way. So it is safe and it is effective, and there are very few side effects from it. Side effects from it can be nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, dizziness, that kind of thing. And I would assume that is based on like the population of worms inside the animal or the individual. So all the cats got their dose last night around 7 p.m. And I honestly did not notice any of them acting any different. Maybe Simba was a little bit less his happy self and more just kind of resting and relaxing. Like that would be the only difference that I noticed. Anyway, so since I gave the cats their medicine and then I did the research, it made me want to go out and buy this and take this myself, which is what I am going to do today. This is basically the same thing that the cats got, but in a human version. And I'm assuming the human version is just different secondary ingredients. So this is actually a banana flavor, and it also has citric acid, glycerin, lecithin, magnesium aluminum silicate, methylcellulose, povidone, simethicone, sodium benzoate, sodium citrate, sodium saccharin, sorbitol, and water. Now, do I like those ingredients? No, but since I'm only going to be taking this once or possibly twice, then I'll just deal with that. They also give a chart of serving sizes. So, you know, based upon your weight, if you weigh between 113 and 137 pounds, you would take 2.5 teaspoons. And if you're 138 to 162, you take 3 teaspoons. If you're 163 to 187, you take 3.5 teaspoons. And if you're 188 pounds and over, you take 4 teaspoons. Now it says less than 25 pounds or under 2 years old, do not use unless directed by a doctor. So obviously, the cats were given a very similar product to this, so they got a small amount. So it says it's single dose effectiveness, measuring cup included, doctor recommended for the entire family. And then they do recommend an entire family be treated, basically everyone who lives in the same household, if one of the members tests positive for any kind of worms. And this is what it looks like. It's just a little bottle with a little measuring cup on top. It reminds me of like a little thing of Pepto-Bismol or something like that. So I'm sure it's going to be really similar taking this to taking like Pepto or something. So this I am going to do in a few hours. I just need to get a few other things done this morning, and then I'm gonna come home and take this dosage, and I should be good. Just in case I have any side effects, I'm hoping I don't have any side effects, but in case I do have any side effects, I just want to make sure I get done what I need to get done this morning. It is 11 a.m. and all of my plans have changed today because I dropped a snow globe on the kitchen floor and it shattered into a million pieces, and there was liquid everywhere and sparkles everywhere. And right now we're looking at the floor after it has been cleaned up with paper towels, and I think I used like 3 Swiffers on it. The issue is I now have to go over it again with another cleaner because the liquid inside of a snow globe is toxic to cats. Now, I don't know 100% that the liquid inside this snow globe is toxic to cats because it is a new snow globe. I received it within the last 12 months, so it's not like an old snow globe. But they do put antifreeze inside of the liquid inside of snow globes, and if cats drink that, as little as like half a teaspoon can kill a cat. So because it broke and went all over the place, I now have to go over the walls and the floor and anything that was on the floor. Like I had a little throw rug that just went in the garbage, and whatever might have gotten wet now needs to be washed or thrown away if it's something that I don't want to keep. So yeah, snow globes do pose dangers to pets, and I'm sorry that you're staring at a empty floor, but the rest of the kitchen is all torn up right now as I'm trying to clean pretty much the entire floor, the walls, anywhere that might have gotten some splatter. So right now Stella's downstairs and I have the door shut. She's not too happy with it. She's been trying to come up a few times. The other 3 cats are gated off, so I have the 3 gates up blocking the other entrance to the kitchen, and they're running around the house, so I don't know what they're doing. I'm basically just trying to keep all the cats out of this kitchen until I know that there's none of this liquid left. It's about 2 p.m. and I'm still cleaning the kitchen because as I started cleaning the floor and the walls and everything, I just started reorganizing and rearranging, and I'm basically just redoing the whole kitchen right now. And what I did before was I went downstairs and I put Stella in a carrier, and I took her upstairs in the carrier, and I put her with the other cats. It's just easier to have all the cats together. And I tried the soft-sided carrier, but she wouldn't go in the soft-sided carrier. So then I had to use the original carrier, the Sport Pet carrier, where the side of it opens. It's like a 3-sided carrier. And I was able to get her into that one. So she's been upstairs with the other cats for a few hours now. But every now and then, I hear a cat trying to climb the gates. And of course it's Stella. Because Stella has to know what's going on. She has to be where I am and, you know, see what's happening. And the other cats are all just hanging out, and probably laying in cat towers or just relaxing and taking a nap. But every time I go outside, Stella runs into Boo's room and looks out the window to see where I'm at. And then when I'm back inside, she comes and she checks here by the gates, and every now and then she tries to climb the gates and I guess get over them or whatever. But Stella, you gotta just chill out for a little while, all right? But this is really another prime example of, you know, why Stella showed up in the backyard to begin with and was so assertive in her original search for food. All right, Stella? It is 6 p.m. right now, and both of these litter boxes have been taken outside. All of the litter was removed. They were scrubbed down. They were washed out with a bleach cleaning solution. They were dried off. This entire shower was then wiped down with a bleach cleaning solution. Bleach is supposed to kill off any worm eggs. And so then these litter boxes were refilled with half of the amount of litter that I normally use, because I feel like I am going to need to scrub these again soon, so I don't want to waste all that litter. So that's done so far. This is Boo's litter box, so this is the last one I have. This has to be emptied out, scrubbed, and bleached down. So earlier today, I also went to Costco to buy more paper towels for all this cleaning that I'm doing today. And I bought one of these stainless steel, I think it's like a half of a sheet tray or something like that. I don't know exactly what they call that. But it fits perfectly in this water station for the cats. This is what I had previously. This is plastic. It was from the Dollar Tree. You can see it's been growing a lot of algae, but it served its purpose. But I have been wanting to replace it with stainless steel. I did buy a full-size stainless steel pan a few weeks ago, but I had to return it because it did not fit. So this time when I was there, I had a chance to buy this one, and this one fits good. So I am going to put some water in there, and then Hydrox has a nice stainless steel water bowl in this covered water station. Another thing that I did today, other than the litter boxes, was sterilize and disinfect all of the litter scoops. So these are all of the various litter scoops. This one I just keep in the garage, so when I'm cleaning litter boxes outside, I have a litter scoop out here. This one, it's kind of like an extra, but I've been keeping this in Boo's room when I was scooping litter for his stool test. This is the extendable litter scoop, which I never use. I hate it, but I figured I'm disinfecting and sterilizing them all, I might as well do that one. And this is the one that I use on a daily basis. This is the world's fastest litter scoop. I absolutely love this one. So this one is definitely sterilized and disinfected. It is 7 p.m. right now, and it's starting to get dark, and I just gave Hydrox a small can of cat food, the Earthborn Holistic Harbor Harvest. It's a 3-ounce can. And Hydrox was hanging out, just like watching me clean up stuff. Here he is right now. Right now, he's probably like 7 or 8 feet away from me. He's just hanging. I cleaned out the big round water bowl. There's fresh water. There's fresh water in the water tub. And yeah, and I just gave him some food. And he was hanging out. And he was hanging out on the patio before, just hanging, watching me. So, okay, Hydrox, I'll go inside so you can eat, okay? He's telling me to go inside because he wants to eat. And here's Stella. Stella's in Boo's room. She's watching me. She's been watching me while I'm out here cleaning stuff and putting stuff away. Here's Stella. Boo's room is a mess also. I have to finish cleaning that. There's still a lot of cleaning to do. And there's Hydrox eating his food. He does have dry food in the feeder. I heard it go off. But I'm gonna go inside. The one nice thing about the seasons changing and the weather getting cooler is that I could be outside right now and I'm not getting all bit up by mosquitoes. But I do wish we still had another 2 hours of daylight. The cats are eating their dinner downstairs because I don't want them eating in the kitchen because of the snow globe issue from today. I just want to make sure all of the floors are nice and clean and dry. I mean, they should be. But just, you know, for safety's sake and just to take precautionary measures. So Boo just had a little bit of a squeeze up so he could get his herbs. And right now the cats are getting the rest of the squeeze up. I actually squeezed it all around the platter. And they're getting the half of their breakfast that they were not served today because of the broken snow globe. So they're getting the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Chicken Bites, which I know Boo does not like. So I don't know if he's going to eat this or not. But I don't want to feed them too much at once in case they eat too fast and vomit. So this is what they're going to get now. Okay, everybody. Eat your food, everybody. Eat your food, Boo. You could eat it. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll put a few crushed up freeze-dried bits on it. Come on, Boo. Boo doesn't like those other bites, so I give him half of a can of the Harbor Harvest. Just half, because I don't want him eating too much, because he's hungry and he's eating fast. Meanwhile, I'm going to go up and finish vacuuming his room. Thank you for watching this Lucky Earls video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.